Hey guys, tonight we begin with something truly dangerous. The average Tuesday in 1974. No dragons, no plague, no medieval leeches. Just a decade where the seatbelts were decorative, the cigarettes were everywhere, and your mother let you ride to the grocery store, rattling around the very back of a station wagon like a loose bowling ball. It was a simpler time, mostly because roughly half the things people did back then are now punishable by a court date. Before we drift back, I want to say a genuine thank you to the listener who suggested this one. Your ideas are the reason this quiet little corner of the internet keeps growing. So, if you enjoy these late-night wanders through history, feel free to like the video and subscribe, but only if you actually enjoy what I do here. Leave a comment telling me where you are listening from and what time it is for you, and if you ever want to drift off for a little longer. There is a membership already available on the channel with full 8-hour versions of these journeys and no ads to jolt you awake. Waiting quietly for those nights when sleep takes its time. No pressure at all, only if it is something you would genuinely enjoy. And if you would rather drift off without a screen glowing at you. The channel is now on Spotify as well, with the link waiting patiently in the description. Now, dim the lights, switch on a fan for that soft wash of white noise. Get comfortable and tuck yourself in. Let me ask you a few things before we go. Have you ever wondered how any child survived to adulthood without a single seat belt? What it felt like to calmly light a cigarette on an airplane, in a hospital bed, or halfway through a job interview? Whether it was truly acceptable to leave a napping baby in a warm car while you popped into the bank for a chat. How a metal-tipped, long Darda was ever marketed as wholesome family fun, or whether you could genuinely get speed from a doctor simply because you wanted to fit into last summer's jeans. Well, wonder no longer. Congratulations. You have just woken up in 1974 in a shag-carpeted living room that smells faintly of tobacco, fondue, sheen, and hairspray, where nearly everything you are about to do would in the modern world earn you a very long conversation with a police officer. Sleep tight. Let us start with your morning. Commute to absolutely nowhere. Your family owns a station wagon, roughly the length of a fishing boat, and the very back of it. The flat carpeted cargo area with no seats, no belts, and no logic is considered a perfectly acceptable place to store children. You are back there right now, lying down, facing out the rear window, waving at the truck driver behind you like a tiny hostage who has made peace with it. If your dad brakes hard, you become a projectile. Everyone knows this. Nobody minds. It is the 70s, and the back of the wagon is less a safety feature and more a rolling playpen with a lovely view of oncoming traffic. The vehicle itself is enormous. A land yacht with fake wood paneling on the sides and a rear window that rolls down electrically, which is treated as a technological miracle rather than the primary escape route for a child in motion. Back here, the rules of the front seat do not apply. There is no one watching you, There is barely anyone able to reach you. Your siblings are sprawled across the carpet like a litter of puppies, playing card games, pinching each other, occasionally opening the tailgate window to let the wind roar in and steal someone is homework. The floor is warm from the engine and smells of vinyl, gasoline, and whatever spilled milkshake fossilized under the seat sometime last spring. This is where you spend the family road trip. Not for an hour, for days. You cross state lines, lying flat on your stomach, chin propped on your hands, staring at the grill of the car behind you, and making faces at strangers. When your father takes a corner with enthusiasm, the whole pack of you slides sideways in one unified heap, giggling, cray-assembling, and demanding he do it again. Nobody is strapped to anything. The concept of being strapped to something would strike everyone in this car as needlessly dramatic, the sort of thing a very nervous person from the future might suggest. The genius of the arrangement from a parent's point of view is that the noise happens far away. The children are technically present, but functionally in another postal code, muffled by 2 rows of bench seating and the drone of the highway. Mom can smoke in peace. Dad can listen to the game, and the kids banished to the rearmost frontier of the vehicle are having the time of their lives precisely because no adult can easily intervene. It is a self-governing society, back there with its own laws, its own hierarchy, and its own recurring border disputes over who gets to lie by the window. Compare this to now, when the modern child rides, encased in a 5-point harness inside a padded fortress that beeps if a grocery bag shifts weight in the seat beside it. Today's toddler, tight toddler, is monitored, buckled, angled, Andrea-facing until they can practically vote. The 1970s child, by contrast, is essentially cargo loose freight, rolling down the interstate, with a juice box and a death wish. And everyone regards this as the most normal thing in the world. The truly remarkable part is that so many of these kids made it. They rattled around the way back for entire childhoods, unbelted, uncounted, occasionally airborne over a pothole, and simply grew up to become the sort of adults who now clutch the armrest in a taxi. You wave one last time at the driver behind you, the wind howling through the open tailgate, blissfully unaware that you are at this very moment a lawsuit that simply has not happened yet. Now, let us talk about the tiniest passenger because in 1974, the safest place for a newborn is apparently the crook of your mother's arm at 55 miles per hour. Courses exist tactically, but most of them are flimsy plastic hammocks designed to keep the baby from wriggling, not from physics. So instead, Mom simply holds you in the front seat, one hand on you, one hand on her cigarette, steering with a knee and a prayer. If the car stops suddenly, her plan is to catch you with her reflexes. The same reflexes that cannot find her keys in her own purse. Somehow this is normal. Somehow you are here to hear about it. The logic, such as it is, runs deep and warm and completely backwards. A mother holds her baby close because holding your baby close is what a good mother does. The idea that the safest thing she could do is put you down away from her, secured to the frame of the car, feels cold and unnatural, almost unloving. So, you ride up front where she can see you, gaze at you, coo at you, and occasionally glance at the road as an afterthought. You are the co-pilot, the navigator, the small, bold passenger nobody strapped in, because strapping in a baby sounds vaguely cruel. Those car seats that do exist are marvels of misplaced confidence. Some a little more than a metal frame, with a vinyl sling and a hook that loops over the seat back, designed chiefly to prop the baby up high enough to see out the window. Here is often a tiny plastic steering wheel attached, so you can pretend to drive, which is genuinely the safety feature's main selling point. Keeping you inside the vehicle during a crash is simply not the design goal. Entertainment is the design goal. You are being amused, not protected. And so, Mom cradles you against her chest as the family car sails down the boulevard.